Good morning. Welcome to my winter wonderland here at Woodlands North. Got a lot of snow coming down. I hope the camera's going to be okay. About a year ago I did a review for an underquilt. Actually, it was a hammock cocoon from a company called Onetigris. These are all items that I've purchased myself, and I was pretty impressed with the workmanship and price balance. There's pretty good workmanship at a decent price, which is, you know, what I like. So I've been watching the company pretty closely, and it seems like they now have a multitude of outdoor gear. So I've purchased a little bit of it and testing it out today, and I wanted to bring you the reviews because I think it's something that you guys would be interested in. One thing I'm going to show you here is the onetigris compound hammock. And this is a pretty unique hammock. It does have some interesting features. We're going to set it up here and see what the features are all about. As you can see, it's still brand new. Other than reading about it, I have never set this up. I've never sat in it, so I don't know exactly what to expect. But let's get this thing on a tree and let's get the review going. So it comes with its own hammock straps here. They're a little bit thinner than some of the other straps I have, but they do look to be of decent quality. And this hammock is rated for 330 pounds, so I think they'll be okay. And let's get these things on here. Okay, like most hammock straps, these have loops at the end. So the idea is you put it around the tree and then loop this through, and then this goes off to your hammock. Now I notice here this has 4 loops. A lot of my other straps have loops going all the way up. Not a big deal, I guess. If you need more room, you can always do another wrap and adjust it that way. It would just be nice to have a couple more loops, but not a big deal. Okay, so here's the hammock. I've got the strap up on the tree. I apologize, I don't have a very good camera angle here. It's snowing and it's kind of wet snow, so I've got the camera underneath a makeshift canopy, so I'm sort of limited as to where I can put it. But anyway, here's a stuff sack that comes with it, and there'll be more on this later. Okay, so there's some nice carabiners here that hook in to your strap, and these trees are probably more than 15 feet apart. I'm not sure. I probably need to make some adjustments here, but let's see what happens. So I've got the hammock hooked up on that tree. I did have to wrap the straps around an extra time on both sides. And now all you need to do is basically take this carabiner and put it down. So we've got the hammock set up now, and you can see here there's a bug net. This bug net is integrated, cannot be removed. Has some nice zippers here. These are YKK zippers, and it's got these nice little bright colored zipper pulls, and they do work pretty well. There's not many hammocks that I've seen with this feature here. So this is the ridge line here, and right now it's pretty loose, and there's an adjustment here, so you can, just a little toggle. I don't know if you could see the hammock's actually tightening up. So most people like the ridge line, what they call guitar string tight. You can adjust yours a little bit more, a little bit less, and you know, sort of configure it to your liking, which is certainly a nice feature. Okay, you see here on each end of the hammock there's a tie out. So what this does is spreads the hammock out on each side, and I guess that's going to help with a little bit of the shoulder tension that some people complain about, because once you get in the hammock it kind of folds up on you. Now this is shock cord, so it's not going to hold a lot of weight, but it's definitely going to take the edge off and take some of that tension off and spread the hammock out nicely for you. I do have one of these on another hammock. I think it's my War Bonnet Blackbird, and it's only on one side, but I do like it, so we'll see how I like this one here. All right, you see on the ridge line here, it's got these little toggles, and these have a couple of different purposes. So one is, remember our stuff sack? Well, it also doubles as a storage container for the hammock. So you can actually, it's got little hooks on the end, and it just hooks right in here. And you can also adjust where this goes. And this is perfect because it's got a little zipper here, and as well as the other side. It's got 2 mesh pockets, perfect for a phone, a flashlight, things like that. So I like things that are well thought out like that, where you have one product that can fill multiple roles. So this is perfect. You can adjust it wherever you want, keep all your stuff nearby. Well done. Okay, so I've shown you most of the features. I guess we actually got to try getting in this thing, seeing how we like it. So I've got this guy line here, and it's sort of in the way, and this is optional. You don't need to have it. In fact, you could remove this whole fixture here. There's just a knot at the end, and then you can take this rope right out and it won't bother you. But I'm going to try with it on. I want to see how it stretches out the hammock. Now normally I hate getting in hammocks with my boots, but it's just snowy and wet today everywhere, so I'll just have to go home and dry this out. Okay. So definitely the hammock is wider, feels pretty good. Still got lots of room here. Nice sway going. Pretty comfortable. Yeah, I have to say it's pretty decent for sure. Got lots of room here, lots of room at the end. Let's see if I can lay on a bit of a diagonal here. Oh yeah. Oh. There we go. Okay, there's one last feature that I haven't shown you, and I think this will interest a lot of you. Inside here, you see there's a little pouch tucked in here. And in this pouch, if I unfold it, we have this top cover. Okay, so there's a zipper on each side of the hammock. Okay, and now you've got this, I'm not going to call it a blanket. This is not going to provide you with a whole lot of warmth. I'm sure working with a decent sleeping bag, it's going to add a few degrees. And in fact, even the bug mesh, I've noticed in some hammocks, keeps in a small amount of heat. So this with the bug mesh might bring your, the rating of your bag up, 4 or 5 degrees, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it's just something that I've found that does help. But this is also, you can see here, it's keeping stuff off your sleeping bag, and when you sleep, you're exhaling your breath, and it usually ends up a big ice pack, especially in the winter, on top of your sleeping bag in the morning, and this will definitely help keep that at bay. So now it's got these little shock cord toggles here, so I'm just trying to tie a simple knot here and just attaching it there. Okay, there's another one here, and if you want to tie it, you could, but you could see you can adjust these and keep this off your sleeping bag, especially if you have a down bag. You don't want anything compressing it. Not that this weighs a lot, but you want to loft up as much as possible, and this will give you that extra second layer, and for sure it's going to give you a couple degrees of warmth, which is definitely a nice feature, as well as keeping condensation off your sleeping bag. Well done, onetigris. Alright, so I'm about ready to give you my final thoughts now. I've been playing in this hammock all day, tested it out with a bunch of other gear, and you know what? I have to say, I really do like it. I think onetigris is onto something here. Tell you about what I like. I Definitely like the ease of use with the tree straps. You hook it in and you're good to go. This adjustable ridgeline, definitely a nice to have. If you got a lot of gear hanging on there, this could sag. And as well with this top blanket here, if you want it off, you need to keep this nice and tight. And this is a great little touch here, just having the stuff sack as part of the ridgeline system here, so you can put your gear in there. These tie outs here, they're really good for making that hammock nice and wide so it doesn't constrict you as much. This one here, the positioning of it is a bit of a pain. I don't know if there's anything they can do about that. Just getting in and out, I've tripped over it and kind of fumbled over it a couple times. Same on this side. This one doesn't bother you because the mosquito net's here and you can't really adjust it anyway. You can, but we'll get into that in a minute. And this does help keep it wide. Some of the things that I actually really like, this top blanket. When I first saw it, I said, nah, I don't think it's going to add too much heat. So I wanted to test that out. I laid in the hammock for about 10 minutes with a top quilt till the point where I was just warm, not crazy toasty or anything. And I just adjusted the top quilt, pushed it down till I was just feeling where I was comfortable but not too warm. I then zipped this up, and about 3-4 minutes later I was definitely way too hot. So this definitely does keep some heat in. It is very thin, I realize that, but it actually does help keep a fair amount of heat in. And I know from past experience that even this bug net will help keep that heat in a tiny bit more. So you can push your gear a little tiny bit further with this setup. Couple of things that would be nice to have. This bug net is not removable, so if you wanted to save some weight or some space in your pack, it'd be nice if the zipper went all the way around and you could remove it. Again, at a hammock at this price point, I'm not complaining, just saying it'd be nice to have. And same with this blanket. I really do like it, but for those of you that say, hey, for this trip I don't need it, it'd be nice to just be able to unzip it, take it out and leave it at home and save yourself some room and some weight. Now, really the only thing that I did not like are the straps, and they're not terrible. They're just don't have enough adjustments. There's only 4 adjustments at the end. I've got, I think, 2 or 3 other pairs of these straps, and they all have multiple adjustments, some of them all the way up. So what I had to end up doing was wrapping the cord around the tree several times, but that gets to be a bit of a pain because you set up the hammock and you don't know till you sit in it, then you have to go unhook it, wrap it around the tree one more time, do it again, and you know, it's just going to give you so much more options, so much more adjustability. So all in all, I think this is a great option and a great budget-minded option. So there you have it, guys. Now you've got a hammock to go out into the woods, get out there, get camping, and come back and see me in the next video. Take care, my friends.